Alright, ready?
Yeah, give me a second.
Look, Infernus, you have to reboot yourself. Get yourself changed. Change your...
Infernus. Infernus?
Are you okay, man? You don't look good.
I'm okay. I'm having some headaches.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1, action.
We all know modding.
Spy among us.
Mods, which are extension of a base game, and they can completely transform the experience in countless ways. And if there's one game that stands above the rest when it comes to modding support, it has to be GTA San Andreas. This game is a masterpiece and it holds a special place in my heart. Even after all these years, the sheer number and variety of mods available for San Andreas is incredible. With the right mods, it can become an entirely different game. Before we talk about the mod itself, I want to talk about one thing that makes a racing game a fun experience: the sense of speed. If you've played a great racing game, you know exactly what I mean. That aggressive acceleration as you launch forward, the feeling of having complete control over your car even at ridiculous speeds, the way the roads, environments, and tracks are designed specifically to make you feel like you're flying through them. And you probably know where I'm going with this. And this is Need for Speed Most Wanted. Often regarded as one of the most iconic entries in the Need for Speed franchise, Most Wanted perfected that exhilarating sense of speed. It made aggressive driving, high-speed pursuits, intense customization, and escaping the police feel like an essential part of the racing experience. Over time, that philosophy spread into countless other racing games and became one of the most defining elements of the genre. So what happens when you take the sense of speed, car customization, and police chases of Need for Speed and combine them with GTA San Andreas' driving, open world, and incredible map? You get something truly special. Need for Speed San Andreas. Need for Speed San Andreas was created by Orbital and his team. While I originally described it as a mod, it is more accurately an MTA San Andreas server, featuring a huge amount of custom content and assets developed by the team themselves. The server is still available to play on MTA, although its player count is often quite low. It does, however, become active from time to time, and whenever I return to it, I'm reminded of just how ambitious the project really was. At its core, Need for Speed San Andreas feels like Need for Speed World rebuilt as a massive sandbox, while combining features and ideas from numerous Need for Speed titles. There is an incredible amount of freedom in what you can do, and sheer variety of features makes it one of the most impressive MTA projects I've ever experienced. The project was released around 2016, during what I consider to be one of the golden eras of MTA. Back then, I spent a lot of time playing various zombie and roleplay servers, many of which have unfortunately either disappeared or become nearly empty over the years. MTA itself has changed considerably since then. With 5M becoming increasingly popular, much of the attention and player base shifted away from MTA. The servers that remain active today tend to have communities dominated by Russians, Polish, and Arab players. Many of the servers I remember from 2016 are now either completely dead or barely holding on. That is why I'm genuinely glad NFS SA never gave up. Despite its relatively small player base, the project has continued to exist and evolve rather simply disappearing. Like so many other MTA servers from that era, it feels like a piece of MTA history that somehow managed to keep its flags flying. For me, Need for Speed San Andreas is one of the most impressive projects to come out of that era, not simply because of what it offered when it launched, but because of how much potential the developers saw in it and how they continued building upon the foundation over time. It may not have the huge player numbers it once deserved, but the project itself remains a testament to what a dedicated developer and their community can accomplish with MTA. Now let's discuss the game's structure. I don't want to change right now. It'll take me a long time.
No! You have to change your attitude first. That's what I have to say.
Also, people, if you're watching this video, please subscribe to the channel. Also like the video as well. It'll be really helpful.
Wait a second.
Thank you.
Infernus, what are you doing? That's not in the script.
I don't know, Bliss. It's maybe the headache. Let's just continue.
All right, let's continue.
The overall structure of the game is pretty simple. You start off with the Class E car, the most basic class available. From there, your goal is to work your way up and unlock every class in the game. There are also 3 unique vehicle categories to add some variety to the progression, and they are Vintage, SUV, and Muscle. Your ultimate goal is to earn 240,000 RP, unlock every class, and eventually get behind the wheel of almost every single car available. This creates that satisfying grindy progression where you actually spend a significant amount of time with each car instead of immediately moving on to the next one. Of course, there are multiple ways to earn both RP and money, and that's where events come in. The events themselves are pretty straightforward. You have your standard circuit and sprint races, along with your usual event types you would expect from Need for Speed Underground 2, like drifting, street X, drag. There are also SUV exclusive events, giving those vehicles their own place within the progression system. Every race rewards you with both RP and money, but the amount you earn depends on several factors, including your finishing position and the class of the car you're using. There's also a multiplier system. Normally Orb would boost a specific type of event, but at this time of recording, he had set the multiplier to 2.3x for all events, making it much easier to rack up those rewards. And for new players, there's also starter bonus to help you get your journey underway. So that's basically how the progression and event system works. Now let's move on to the most important part of this mod, the cars. There are around 55 cars available to drive in the game, everything from the painfully slow Primo to the ridiculously quick Infernus. And what's interesting is that almost every car has its own personality. Some are surprisingly good, and few have their own unique quirks. Wait, hold on. Actually, while I'm editing this, Orb just released an update that adds a brand new car called the VCB. And this is a pretty big deal because it's been nearly 10 years since we never got a car. So, I'd love to get my hands on it, but there's a small problem. You need to complete 2 Challenge Series events to unlock it. And for me, those events are absolute nightmare. They're annoying, they're tedious, and after trying it for a while, I just gave up. So, I'm not going to cover the VCB. Moving on. Most of the cars in the game are based on vehicles from GTA San Andreas, but there are also cars taken from other GTA games, as well as completely custom vehicles. They're categorized as unique cars. Now, like the regular cars, you don't simply buy them from the dealership. Instead, you have to find 10 parts belonging to that particular car, all located within a specific region and tied to the same car class. Take the Fuda for example. Once you've collected all 10 parts, the car is unlocked and added to the dealership for you to purchase. And there's actually a nice reward for going through the trouble, as the unique cars cost roughly half the price of their standard counterparts. The actual scavenger hunt is pretty simple and straightforward, although some of the unique cars require a little more work. For example, completing SUV and URL races can reward you with 2 different unique cars. Milestones give you a unique car as well, and even the Diamond Hunt gives you a unique car. So between buying regular cars, grinding for RP, competing races, and hunting down unique cars, there's actually quite a bit to work. And now we covered the cars, let's move on to some of the features that make this game so interesting. The amount of customization you can do to each car is honestly crazy. And I'm not just talking about performance, the visual customization is just an extensive. Take this Turismo for example. You can head over to the body shop, just like in Underground 2, and completely transform the car. You can swap out the front bumpers, rear bumpers, hoods, wheels, and even install full-on body kits. Once you're happy with the bodywork, you can take the car over to the paint shop and really make it your own. You can choose from a huge variety of colors and shades, customize the rims, and change the color of the hubs and intersections of the wheels, and of course apply vinyls. And Need for Speed San Andreas has a ridiculous amount of vinyls to choose from. There's so many options that you can spend quite a while just trying to find the perfect one for your car. Once you're finished with the paint and body kit, you can head over to the accessory shops, which again takes inspiration from UG2. Here, you can equip things like different speedometers, spinners, window tints, and neons. But customization isn't just about making your car look good. You can also unlock performance levels for the car you're currently driving by completing events. As you progress, you can upgrade your car and turn something painfully slow into something considerably faster. And then there's Nitro. The Nitro system works very similar to Need for Speed Most Wanted, and honestly, it feels fantastic. The sense of speed is surprisingly good, especially considering this is all running on the San Andreas engine. When you hit the nitrous and the car starts flying down the road, it genuinely feels like you're playing Most Wanted, and that's not where the features end. There are also diamond hunts inspired by Need for Speed World. Instead of collecting 15 diamonds, you're looking for 10, but there's a catch. You're on a time limit. Then we have the magazine events, which reward you with both money and RP. However, you need a forum account to participate in them. And of course, we can't forget about the police. The police system takes a lot of inspiration from Need for Speed Most Wanted. You'll have daily milestones to complete, and doing so rewards you with money. The pursuits themselves can be surprisingly intense, and honestly, they fit the game extremely well. Finally, we have my arch nemesis, the Challenge series. And this is probably the most difficult thing in the entire game. The Challenge series is basically a test of both your knowledge of the tracks and your ability to control the cars. Some of the challenges require a lot of practice, patience, and repetition before you can finally get through them. And unfortunately, I'm very, very bad at this game. So yeah, I'm not going to tackle the Challenge series anytime soon. Now let's see the online community of this game.
Listen, you need to change your outfit as well. You have slowly been improving.
How? We're still made on AI artwork, and it's too bad.
Yeah. But for now, still use it until you can commission someone to do it.
Look man, I'm in the middle of recording a video right now.
Sure, just me.
Infernus, what is wrong with you today, man?
Arceus has invaded my brain or something. He wants me to meet him and propose changes or something.
Yeah, I had the same dream, but I didn't tell you since it's a dream.
Wow. Okay. Let's just finish this video and see what we can do. Now obviously this is a server running on MTA San Andreas, a multiplayer modification that allows for more advanced features including support for custom assets and content. In my opinion, it's basically a more advanced version of SAMP, which is also a multiplayer mod for San Andreas. And one of the best parts of the server is the community. There are plenty of people who are willing to help you out if you're a new player, or if you're having trouble figuring something out. The community itself is pretty welcoming, but unfortunately over time, especially before the latest update, the player count started to decline. A lot of older players eventually retired or simply quit because there wasn't much left to do besides the absolute god-awful Challenge series. And when new players join and see an almost empty server, it's easy to understand why they don't stick around, which is a shame honestly, because this mod has so much potential. The biggest problem is that the progression is heavily tied to the multiplayer aspect. You need to grind a lot of races with other players to properly progress. And when there aren't enough people online, the progression becomes incredibly difficult. And despite all of that, the game still feels almost exactly the same to this day. Now I want to clarify something again because of the timing of this video. While I was writing the script, the latest update actually dropped. And yes, Vice City has now been added to the game. However, it's only available for racing. There's no free roam in Vice City, and the new car is still locked behind the Challenge series. So don't come after me for not mentioning it earlier. The update literally came out while I was writing this. But honestly, if you have a friend to play with, this game becomes a complete different experience. You could spend hours just messing around, exploring the hundreds of tracks available in the game, many of which were created by the community and the developers using San Andreas' map. And it doesn't stop there. There are even full map expansions that introduce completely new areas to explore. Take Ibsu and Bayside Hills for example. Both of these locations are fantastic additions and give the mod even more variety and depth. So while the server may feel empty nowadays, especially when you're playing alone, there's still a surprisingly massive amount of content here. You just need people to experience with. Well, that's about it for this video. I genuinely love this mod, and I think there's still a lot to appreciate about it. But at the same time, I do feel like both this mod and MTA as a whole have been slowly declining in player numbers as newer games continue to come out and offer more possibilities. That doesn't mean I'm completely done with it though. I might come back every now and then and just to say hi, check out what's new and see what the community is up to. And who knows, maybe some of the bigger and more successful content creators will discover this mod, take this video as an inspiration and turn it into something much bigger, with a higher budget and even more effort behind it. Honestly, I'd love to see that happen. But for now, I think it's time for me to move on and try something different. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next entry.